grab your sketchbooks and get ready to study the element of art called shape. Your first page is just for funsies, just for coloring, has some fun geometric and organic shapes in it. This second page here is where we're going to get our information about shape and form. Now that you're sixth graders, you're going to take shape to a new level. You're going to be creating three-dimensional form. And here, this page simply shows you circle and sphere here. You start with a circle and we can draw lines to make it look more three-dimensional. We have geometric shapes here and here. These are form. And we have organic free form and natural shapes down here. These are the kind of shapes that you see in nature. And this is more of a review for you all. You guys have learned this before, but we're going to take it to a new level, making it three-dimensional. So in this area, you're going to write shape is flat, two-dimensional. Form is three-dimensional. It's not flat. It has the illusion that it goes back into space, just like this pyramid and cube, cylinder, and sphere do. If you want to practice drawing over these to help you learn how to draw, you could trace over them. That would be really helpful. We're going to do a quick little warm-up art project. We are going to learn a little bit about Pablo Picasso. Pablo Picasso is probably the most famous artist of modern time. As an artist, Picasso was very versatile and worked with a large range of styles and used many materials and mediums. That means art supplies, different supplies. He created delicate portraits to geometric paintings, collages, and even dabbled in ceramics. Pablo Picasso grew up in Spain and won a place at the art school at age 13. However, he dropped out after finding lessons disappointing. After school, he moved to Paris and began to paint moody, blue-toned scenes of beggars and outcasts. He had no money and had to share a small apartment, taking in turns to sleep in the only bed. Picasso's blue paintings gave way to images of circus folk. This gave way to experiment that would change modern art forever. Working with George Braque, Picasso made pictures of things that were broken down into shapes. Broken down into shapes. Key concept here. This strange result came to be known as Cubism. And here's an example of Cubism. Picasso's art career was success, but he became stuck in Paris when the Second World War broke out in Europe. He had to rely on the French resistance to smuggle him art supplies during this time. After the war, Picasso's fame grew. He continued to create paintings and experiment with pottery. Even in old age, he continued to work until he died in 1973 and left behind around 50,000 works of art, which were worth hundreds of millions. We are going to take our own version of Picasso's art and create a drawing of our own. Pick an object or person to draw. This can be in the classroom, this could be at home, wherever you're at when you're doing this art project. Pick an object or a person, and now we're going to break it up into shapes, changing our point of view to create our own cubist artwork. Now, if we look back at this page, you see that here it looks kind of like a table and a lamp hanging and a person, and it's broke up into simple shapes. And here in the same thing, it's called Pipe Rack and Still Life on a Chair by Pablo Picasso. It doesn't look realistic, and that's the point. We're going to draw something with shapes. So for example, if I was going to draw a chair or my son sitting in a chair, I could take simple shapes and draw him using these simple shapes. This is the idea of cubism. It's to break things down into simple shapes. Maybe I wanted to draw an apple. I could draw a circle to represent the apple, a rectangle, and maybe even a triangle to represent the leaf. This is just a warm-up exercise to get you using shape to create art. We have some blank papers here for free drawing, and that is all we're going to work on right now for our shape warm-up practice.